doing, and they go to that place where they were having the tribal council members were having their meeting. They would all go there and listen, and they would give some of their input as well. And over in the east, I offered them the leaders tobacco and their food. The same way with all the other directions, north, east, south, west, and north. And I mentioned the thunder beings in the south. They call them Animki or B'nai. I made an offering to them to accept the tribal leaders' tobacco and their food. And up above, all the stars and the clouds and the grandmother moon, I made an offering to them to accept the leaders who give on kind of their tobacco and their food. And I also mentioned my grandpa, Sianakut, and I also mentioned Nazi, the one that handed me over this pipe, who taught me everything that I needed to say. And he told me, he instructed me that whenever anybody gives you tobacco, that do not refuse, even if you don't know what to say or what to do. Put tobacco in your pipe and smoke it, then you'll get an answer. That's what Nazi told me. So that's about the extent of my ceremony, was offering of all the Ogimakana, their tobacco and their wikunyuin. So that's about all and over in the water, I made an offering to the water beings on this lake here, Spirit Island. I made with the grandfather, Himeno, they called him the rice keeper, all of the spirits in the water to accept the tobacco, the tribal leaders' tobacco and their food. And also the ones that are sleeping, the snapping turtle, the mud turtle, all the ones that are sleeping, I offered them the tobacco and the food, and they will receive theirs when they wake up in the springtime. And my grandfather, the one that corrects everything that I'm doing, that instructs me, that corrects me, whatever I'm saying or doing in the ceremony, I offered him the tribal leaders' tobacco and their offerings. So that's about the extent of that. And also the sun that's shining on us today. He said that I'll take the tribal leaders' tobacco and their food in the morning, and you will be really glad. You'll really be glad that the tribal leaders and everybody else that we offer tobacco. He's the one that corrects everything that I'm saying. So that's about the extent of my ceremony.
Who's baby?
Like I mentioned before, and I'll say it again, the son, he'll take the tobacco in the morning and the food, and he's going to be really, really glad. He's going to smile that everybody still believes in the way that I was giving to the Anishinaabe people. That's how glad he's going to be. He'll be smiling down there. So that's what the extent of my ceremony. I thank you. I thank the tribal leaders that they still believe in this way. Long time ago when I first started this, it was Gary Donald and Dan Morrison. They were the first ones that that asked me to do the invocation to open up their meetings, because they're strong believers in the way that was given to the Anishinaabe people. And I still look up to them, to Dan Morrison and Gary Donald for starting this ceremony. So that's about the extent of my ceremony. Miigwech for listening, miigwech for having me. Miigwech Tetegegunev, that's my Indian name. And my clan is a caribou, Hadik. Miigwech.
Miigwech, Jean.
Miigwech,
Thank you.
Christine.
Okay, who called?
Oh,
Oh, that's,
Miigwech, Jean. Okay, good morning, everybody. Mina Gajib, this is Kathy Chambers and the Tribal Council here today with our special RTC meeting. And as you can see, we started our agenda already with invocation. Jean usually does the prayer and we can't tape it. So we actually started earlier, but we wait for Jean to get done and tell us when he can, when he wants to explain it and come back on, because we do record these meetings and we can't record the invocation. So the invocation has been completed and we're very happy
good morning there, sir.
to have Jean with us.
Yeah, this is Jean.
Thank you, Ed. So if I can call the meeting to order, roll call, please.
Kathy Chambers,
Here.
David Morrison,
Here.
Travis Morrison,
Here.
Shane Drift,
Here.
Peter Boney.
Here.
Okay, and with that, next we have approval of the agenda. Do we have any additions to the agenda?
No additions. I do have one adjustment on there. We have to move Christine Lundamo's under Travis Baki. Travis
okay.
wasn't in for today.
So just move it under Travis, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
I'd like to add a discussion on band members with disabilities who receive assistance from the elders program, but yet they don't receive the elder gift cards.
Okay. Got it. We'll put that after Kim. Is that okay, Shane?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Any other changes or additions to the agenda? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve with those additions and changes.
Move.
Moved
Second.
by Chief, second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Next, we have approval of the minutes from the December 2nd meeting held in Net Lake.
On the first page, I asked for an update on the new elderly adult block grant that we submitted. And I know that we've been given some drawings. I don't know if we can give the band members an idea where they're going to be placed.
Oh, okay. This actually, the grant to the Indian Housing Block Grant has been completed and submitted. We did contract with Dave Dance to write the grant, as he's done a lot of Indian Housing Block Grants. And they also include within, for the first time, he said that they can include the grant writer contract amount within the grant itself also. The people, housing and some of the council members and Dave and Architectural Resources got together, and a site over in Vermilion, we're looking at 2 8-unit sites, one in Vermilion, one in Net Lake. So 8 units with a combination of 1 and 2 bedroom units. And there will be 8 units placed in Vermilion over next to the lake by the behind the fitness center. Am I correct, Chief?
Yes.
By the lake. And then the other one we are looking at is behind the assisted living facility on the old Ball Diamond here in Net Lake. So those will all be 8 units for elders and 1 and 2 bedroom units. We're happy that the grant got submitted. It is competitive and it is on a point system. So I believe they're only awarding 20 out of I don't know how many applications. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, but looks very good that we at least got it in. So if by chance we don't get funded, we have something ready to go for any other pot of money that may come out. But we're keeping our fingers crossed, and that was submitted last week on time. And we want to thank everybody involved with doing that. But that's kind of where we're at with the Indian Housing Block Grant elderly housing project. And I believe they will know in, they'll look at them and review them, and we should know by April, I believe, March or April this spring.
And then the other couple of things I have is on page 3,
Okay.
when it talks about when Jalen presented his stuff. And we talked about the 1866 treaty. And one thing I pointed out is because when they developed the 1866 treaty, I want to point that out, that it was based on because they thought they found gold around Lake Vermilion, and it turned out to be, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't gold.
Yeah.
So my understanding would be is that, okay, if it was based on gold, they didn't find it. So does that mean that the goes back to the way it was, meaning that we have the rights to the land now? You know, that's just one of my interpretations of it. Then if you go on to page 4, and where he talks about down at the second paragraph to the bottom, Jalen talks about the Superior National Forest and the Minnesota National Forest are exchanging lands, school trust lands exchange. And when I met with the general, Keith Ellison, I think his name is, one thing I pointed out is I said, when these 2 forest services are exchanging lands, I said, they failed to consult with the tribes. I said, us, Fond du Lac, Grand Portage. And I said, that's taking land away from us. You know, and I just want to point that out.
Shane, you know, tomorrow we do have an 1854 meeting, so we should bring this up tomorrow with Grand Portage.
Yes.
At our meeting. Okay.
I'll write that down and I'll ask for that to be added.
Okay. Anything else with regards to the minutes?
I think Kath too, I think just going off what Shane brought up, maybe what I should do is see if one of the attorneys, either Reed or Jeff, could dig up any information that Mark might have reviewed on the 1866 treaty at one time or another, because I know at one time we discussed this years ago, and maybe we should try to see dig up that information that Mark might have had done before. So, and have
that's a good idea, Dave. That's a good idea, because I think what we could do too is, and I believe Joe Halloran is also within the same attorney's office. That's kind of his specialty. And that once we get some documentation or whatever they can find in Mark's files and whatever else they can find, that really we should have a document made where people can go and read it on the website to fully understand the treaty. And like Shane said, it was for gold and the original reasons, and then what's transpired to this date. You know, what efforts have been made. So I think that's a really good idea. So we can do that. Any other comments on the minutes? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the December 2nd meeting minutes.
Oh,
Moved by David. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Chief. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Silent? Motion carried. Next, we have introduction of new staff.
Okay, first we have Miranda Lilia, the Judicial Director.
Good morning, Miranda. Nope. she's muted. Oh,
Good morning.
good morning. Welcome. Glad to have you back.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
We know you'll do a fine job. And Miranda is replacing Wendy Morrison Thompson, who has been with us for many years as our judicial director and is now going to retire and enjoy life a little bit. You know, when you work that long, you kind of wonder what you're going to do after that because you're in that pattern. But we're very happy to have you back, Miranda, and we know you do an excellent job.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
Good.
Welcome, Miranda.
Thanks, Dave.
Welcome back, Miranda.
Thanks, Trav.
Yep,
Good to see
welcome
you,
back.
Miranda.
Thanks, everybody.
Welcome back.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I hear
Uh,
welcome back song. Welcome back, Cotter.
There you go.
Next,
Dating myself. Okay.
okay, next we have Corey Strong Jr.
I
Oh.
don't see any of the other two on.
Oh, you don't?
Okay, well,
No, we had trouble getting them the invite, so I think we forwarded to them just about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
So
I will.
do you want to wait for him for next time, Rob?
Yeah, we'll get him on the next one then.
Okay. All right, good. All right. Next on the agenda, we have the consent agenda. And I will read that. Hang on, I'm trying to operate two computers, two screens here. So first item is approve the Head Start Parent Committee to hold a wreath raffle fundraiser to the Head Start and Early Head Start Christmas presents. Adopted resolution number 67-2021, submission of application for funding under the Indian Housing Block Grant Competitive Grant Program for 2 apartments. That should be like 2 apartment buildings for elders and handicapped persons. Approve clarifying the temporary remote work agreement policy that it allows the tribal government to recall employees for on-site work at any time. So there is flexibility for supervisors/directors to recall employees as needed to comply with the new rule of employees who test positive and are cleared to return to work should be working on site until at least 90 days have passed since they tested positive. That was a lot. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move.
Moved by Travis. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Okay, Rob?
Okay. Next on the list is we have Sue Larson, and she has three items on there.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sue.
I think I have 4, Rob, but
Is there 4?
I think
Yeah,
so.
there's
Oh,
4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Sue,
Okay.
can you turn your camera on?
Oh, I could.
There you are. Good morning.
There I am. Okay, the first one that I have is additional equipment that we need for the dental milling and for the dental scanners and milling machines. Henry Shoring, which makes sense. We need to have, it's called like an oven. So once you set the form, you need to, that sounds crazy, but kind of bake it so that the crown and everything stays in place. That's an additional $11,545. Without it, we can't make the other 2 work, and it is funded by a grant.
Sue, can you do just an explanation of what dental is doing to try to, for the pandemic, because this is kind of out of grant and COVID funding, with regards to the crowns and dentures?
So current, just a quick, I'll run through a quick process.
Yeah.
Currently today, if a patient comes in to get a crown made, they have to obviously first come in. The dentist determines that need a crown. They can sometimes make the mold the same day, but generally then they have to come back and get a mold. Once you get the mold, then we have to send it out to a vendor called Udell, and then they make the crown. And, you know, we use US mail on this. And so then when the crown comes back, the patient is called back in, and then the dentist, you know, will do a temporary to see if it fits correctly. If it doesn't fit correctly, then you have to go through the whole process again. If it fits correctly, then, you know, they seed it in. So the new process hopefully will be where we will digitally scan for the mold. So they're not going to, the dentists themselves, to relieve some of the COVID, they will not be going in the mouth itself. It will be digitally scanned. Then it will be sent to this milling machine, which will be in-house. And currently we're only getting one milling machine, so we have to decide which clinic we want it at. But that milling machine, then we will have staff that will create the crown right there. If it's a simple seed and they have time, they can do it all in one day or in one sitting. If not, they'll have to come back and have it put in, but still it eliminates the dentist from having, you know, to go in your mouth as often. It eliminates the dental assistant sending the things out US mail, and it's just a much cleaner process. So.
Good, thank you. And it's also an additional faster service, I believe, then for our
Yes.
patients to have
Yes.
that done. So,
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions or comments regarding the scanner and milling machine in the amount of $11,545.33?
Yeah, Sue,
Yes.
are these, so I was looking at that and it says on the warrant, it says warranty disclaimer there. It says, HSD does not give warranties on their products or installation. How would the machine, are the machines really good so
We-
they won't break down or need to be
Yeah.
warranted? Or something like that?
Generally, Dave, what we do is we have a contract with Henry Schein, and we have a contract for our equipment. So it will just be added in that contract that we pay annually. We're not going to purchase, you know, this expensive equipment and not have any, you know, any means if it breaks down. So we always make sure that, you know, we do the contract, but that will be paid, you know, directly out of the department. It will not be grant funded because it's an annual cost to us.
Okay.
Okay, good. Do we have a motion to approve the request to sole source the additional equipment needed for the digital scanner and milling machine from Henry Schein in the amount of $11,545.33?
Move.
Moved by David. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Okay, Sue, next.
Okay, the next one is to purchase 2 autoclave machines. The autoclave machines for the clinic are actually our sterilization machines for any of the tools that the medical providers use. Dental also has these, but their machines are newer, so they don't need them at the 2 clinics. Ours are kind of from the beginning, and after running all our water and everything through them, they start to rust a little bit. So, and that's not good if you're sterilizing. So we're asking to purchase 2 new machines. Again, it is grant funded.
Okay, any questions for Sue? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the request to sole source autoclave machines for both Vermilion and Net Lake clinics in the amount of $9,250.86 from McKesson.
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Trav. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried.
And I do want to just add on, all that I'm requesting, you know, all the equipment is expensive. So we do have, for all of them, you know, we carry a contract. So if anything breaks down, we're covered, so.
Okay, good, thank you.
The next one is for a purchase of 4 AEDs. They're defibrillator machines for $5,976, again, paid by a grant. One will go to each clinic and one will go into the trailers that we purchased for COVID so that we have them out there and available if necessary. So we're in the process of getting all our trailers equipped with everything that we need. And, you know, we feel obviously we need the AED machines. So,
Okay. And I
And
see
again,
that's out of grant
grants
funds.
funded, yeah.
Good. Any questions or comments for Sue on this? Now I'll call for a motion to request the purchase of 4 AED defibrillators in the amount of $5,976 from grant funding.
Move.
Moved by David. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Chief. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried.
Okay, I have one more and then I'm out of your hair. So the next thing that I have is we would like to get the tribal council approval on this. As you know, we have opened to the public for the clinics, and we are all already experiencing non-tribal patients that make an appointment and then don't show up. So we would like to kind of put this in place. And what it basically says is, and we did just put on there, and I did go through with Jeff on this to get the approval that everything was worded correctly. So what we're asking is that we can, you know, we want to hand this to them when they come in. And so we want to tell them if, you know, they need to cancel at least 24 hours prior to their appointment. And then if they fail appointment and it occurs, and we kind of say, if a failed appointment occurs in the following situations, patient has not given the notice as required per this policy, patient has failed to arrive 10 minutes of the appointment time, they're late, and patient simply does not show up for a scheduled time. So the whole basis of this is we're saying that when a patient fails 2 times within a calendar year, that we will not schedule them an appointment for a year.
Okay. And this is for the non-native patients, the non-affiliated tribal patients,
Yes.
non-tribal.
That's correct.
Okay.
Tribal patients, we have, you know, I know we came back quite a few years ago and got something approved that said, you know, if you fail 3 times in a row, you know, we're not going to see you for 6 months. But we've kind of dropped that because it was just a handful of people and we didn't want to do that. So we don't have this type of policy in place for tribal band members, descendants, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see that you have an exception with it regards to a dental emergency.
Yeah, if it's an emergency, a patient can, you know, will take that into consideration. So, I mean, I guess what we're kind of looking at too is we don't want to be like an urgent care one-stop deal, because what we're finding is some people just call, I have a toothache. Well, I can't get into my own dentist. I can't do, you know, and they don't come back. We really want patients of record, you know, that's going to establish a business with us. So, and as we know, if people don't show up, then that's not only lost time for the dentist and the DA, but it's also, you know, lost revenue. So.
Okay.
I just have a question on there. Do we have like a call list or something, Sue? Like when somebody does not show up, do we try to fill that
Yes.
slot? Okay.
Yes. The problem that we have, if people show up 10 minutes late, it's too late for us to call somebody in.
Okay.
Right? But if they call the day before and say, you know, I can't make it today, or even if they call, you know, a half hour early or, you know, an hour early, we can call on the call list.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Sue,
Yes.
with the non-tribal affiliated patients being scheduled in, do our band members still have, are still being able to be seen?
Yes, because remember I think in one of the Turk meetings, I had said currently, the last time I said from June to October, we saw 1,100 patients in dental, and only 40 some were non-band members, were non-native. So we watch every month. I watch to make sure that our percentages stay in range, because we're not going to, you know, put the tribal members second. So
Okay, good.
You know, and I know that dental is really scheduled far out. But we also need to remember too that the dental program was closed down due to the pandemic. So we're playing catch up again.
Yep.
And so, but I like what the clinic's doing with regards to ensuring that our tribal members are priority, and keep up the good work. Any other questions for Sue on the dental cancellation policy for non-tribal affiliated patients?
Yeah, Kath, I was just
Yes.
gonna ask that question, what you said about when the clinics closed up due to the COVID cases or the COVID. And I know there was probably people that were scheduled, and I know Sue answered this once before, that he said they were catching the worst cases that they had up, and then the ones that really, you know, didn't have serious dental problems, they were going to catch those up later. So I think you still are doing that yet, Sue?
yes, and you know, we're really tracking how many patients and how many weeks we're having to go out. And, you know, we're gonna be looking at budgets, and we need to look also, are we going too far out? Do we need to maybe hire additional staff, whether it's
Yeah.
part-time, whether it's on call? So that people don't have to wait that long.
Yeah.
You know, it's difficult for us that, you know, technically licensed, we only have one hygienist. And if that hygienist is out, you know, that just throws everybody in, you know, out for another week or two until they come back, whether it's vacation, whether it's whatever it happens to be. So we were just talking about that yesterday, that we need to look to see if our numbers can justify that we should hire additional staff.
Okay, good. Good.
Good.
We're glad you're looking at that. Okay. Do we have a motion then to approve the dental cancellation policy for non-tribal affiliated patients? Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, second by Chief. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. Good job,
Thank
Sue.
you. Thank
Good
you.
job on the wooden teeth.
Are they fitting good?
Yes, they are.
A good comeback there.
Yeah, that was a good one, Sue.
When Chief said that, his wooden teeth just fell out.
Okay. Next, we have Dan Milbridge with a couple UMD. Sorry, UMD Memory Keeper
I thought you froze up.
partnerships. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, there we go.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning. This is a project working with the University of Minnesota Duluth. It's kind of their memory research program.
Oh, you're freezing up, Dan.
Underwater.
You sound like you're underwater.
Gulch. Bleaching. Oh. Can you hear me now?
No.
Oh, man.
Hey, Dan, try turn your video off. Sorry, it might help.
Yeah, we might have to
Okay.
take your,
Sorry.
How's that work?
oh, that's better.
There, I look better in the dark anyway. This is a program or a potential research project, a couple of them led by the University of Minnesota Duluth, called Memory Keepers. It's one of their memory and Alzheimer's research arms, and it's led by Anna Marie Gulch, who some of you may know. I believe she's from Red Lake Nation.
Yep.
And she had contacted me, and we had talked, and I talked with a couple of their other, one of their other scientists who would be involved in the project, and they're looking at doing some research with tribes, and kind of reached out to Boys Fort first. And I know we don't have much research here that I'm aware of, and this is kind of a partnership that we would go into. There's 2 resolutions that you would approve, and they're basically saying that we are interested in this and we agree to go forward. But as we go forward, we would certainly look at all the contracts to make sure that we have control over the data and we own the data, and that there would be certainly consent given to anybody that was in a work group. And that's the first one. It's kind of, they want to do some group sessions. And we would help them find volunteers. And then the second one is actually working with a neurologist out of the university that would actually do some blood draws on people. Again, in lines of research, and it's a 1 to 2 year project, and we would hope to get it extended so it's a multi-year project. So you don't really accomplish a lot of research in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're looking at there.
You know, Dan, I'm glad that UMD got a hold of us on this, because I think this is an area that, you know, we always need data when we're applying for grants and for whatever. And we don't really have a lot of data when it comes to the dementia, Alzheimer's, especially Boys Fort specific data. And so I think that just being asked to be a partnership in this is great, because a lot of people, unless you've been involved with it, with the Alzheimer's and dementia, don't understand or don't know what the signs are, or is it hereditary, how it impacts Native Americans. But you know, this might be able to help us Boys Fort specifically. So I think it's a great partnership here with UMD.
And I think the key word is partnership. It's not going to be them running the research. It's going to be us working together on what's the best way to approach it, and then again, we would own the data and give permission for everything. So,
yeah. Good. Any questions for Dan?
Yeah, I think this is a good idea too, because when people get those diseases, and, they kind of forget their family, and that's really hard on the families, because when they go to visit their loved one, and sometimes that loved one don't remember who they are or who they were, and that's really tough on the family, because they that person has to be in a home or a medical facility somewhere, and they sit there and sometimes their memory comes back, and then they think, "Oh, geez, what am I doing here? Where's my family?" And so it's tough, you know, both ways. But it's really tough on a family that has to let that loved one go to a setting like that, and then not be able to see them every day and daily, and just go there whenever they can, go visit that loved one. So I think this is a good idea that we partner with that, and I see what we can do to help people, you know, situations or otherwise get on top of it before it escalates into something where they have to go to a medical facility. So,
You know, when people need to go into the memory care units, you know, that's the excessive cases, but it's very emotionally and mentally hard on the family, like Dave says, to see family members like that, and and you always think that hopefully someday they'll get better, but they don't. And you know how medical illnesses, usually you get better or sometimes you don't. This is one that's really really hard, and making the decisions that you have to make with regards to the Alzheimer dementia individual is also very hard. But I think the more we can understand it, the better we can educate our people, especially to watch out for the signs and what avenues they can take if they see a family member going down that way, but also understanding the disease more, because it's simple things that you don't think about, that you just think, oh, they're just being that way. It might be a pattern to a road they're leading to dementia or Alzheimer's. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, there's you ever get a chance to see that? There's a movie out called The Notebook.
Yeah.
That's really good. It really hits home, and it kind of,
Yeah.
Educate people on what the effects go through. So
yeah,
that's a really good movie. So
yeah.
Bring a box of Kleenex when you watch that one.
Yeah, I know. That's a sad movie. But it's reality, and that's just it, for those that are impacted by it. Any other comments? If not, I'll call for, we have two resolutions. The first one is UMD Memory Keepers Medical Discovery Partnership, a resolution for that. Do we have a motion to approve?
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Next, we have the UMD Memory Keepers Medical Discovery Partnership Focus Group Research. And this is for the focus groups for the project.
Move.
Moved by David. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Dan, can you let us know when this project's going to start, and so we can get some information out on the website and stuff?
Absolutely. And Anna Marie would like to probably come up and present too when there's an
Good.
opportunity.
Good, wonderful. Thank you, sir. Good job.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.
You got to do that, Christine Lundemos. No, Travis, huh?
Yeah, we're
Travis
moving
is
that to
doing that,
Travis, yeah. So next we have Tracy Dagan with the updated 2021 registrar fees.
Okay.
I don't see her. I don't see her on here.
Oh, okay.
Travis is.
Travers,
Graf can do it then.
okay.
Oh, wait, there's Tracy.
Okay, there's Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hold on.
Okay, all right.
Wonder if we could add beaver pelts and deer hides to the to help pay for the license plate
License
thing.
plates.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you guys, it's too early for this. Okay.
She's on.
Hi, Tracy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You've got the floor, young lady.
So do you just want to update the registration fee or raise them?
What are you proposing here, Trace?
I know my budget was cut, so I would like to raise the fees
Okay.
to help cover some of my wages.
Oh, okay. So I
So I
see
think-
that. Go ahead.
Proposing just like $15 for the basic renewals for the newer vehicles, and then the low end is a $5 raise. I also sent the other reservations fees.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think we're pretty close to
Yep.
whatever everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm. Good research here, Trace.
Yeah, I
Trace.
couldn't find nothing on Grand Portage. That sort of
Tracy.
bugged me, but yes.
I see on, it says miscellaneous registration, it has motorcycles. Does that include the four-wheelers under that one too, or?
No, we don't do ATVs. I think Fond du Lac's the only one who does snowmobiles, the ATVs, the smaller things like that.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, no, they only Fond du Lac that I noticed do those.
okay, okay.
You know, I haven't bought plates off the reservation for a while. What are the state plates running? I know they're high.
Yeah, when you buy a new vehicle, that's when it's especially high because you have to pay those sales taxes. We'll still keep that, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'm not monkeying with that at all. So yes, the state fees are higher. I didn't research them. I had a fee scale in my office, but I'm remote working, so.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, so basically you're asking for like the a personalized plate to go from, right now they're $100, correct, for a personalized plate?
Yes.
To go to 125. And then any vehicle 2013 and older go from 35 to 40. And then 2014 to 2017 go from 40 to 75. And then from 18 and newer, 2018 and up, going from 65 to 100. Okay.
Yes.
When were you planning on possibly putting these into effect? Do you have a date or?
I was shooting for the new year, 01/01/21.
Okay.
2021.
Oh my gosh, 2021. Okay.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. Council? Any comments?
I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too.
Sounds good.
So I got a
I think we
motion.
need to-
Okay, do we have I'm just trying to see if they have any comments. So, okay, do we have a motion to
okay.
approve the requested proposed increases for the Boys Fort registrar plates fees?
Move.
Moved by Chief. Oh, effective 1/1/21. Moved by Chief. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Travis. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Trace, can you draft something so we can get it on the website and on our Facebook page and stuff for Louise and
Yes,
Eddie to
it's-
put on there? Okay.
I
Sweet.
just got to put the numbers in there. It's all pretty much set to go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
Thank
job.
you.
Mhm.
Miigwech.
Miigwech. Okay, next we have Travis Baki, I guess.
Which one is he presenting first? Is he
We'll do
presenting-
the 2142 agreement first.
Okay.
Good morning, Travis.
Good morning. How we doing today?
We're doing good. How are you?
Good.
Your
Good.
Santa suit.
Yeah, I figured I'd better carry on my tradition, even though I'm remote working today, but stick with my Santa hats.
Oh,
Okay, so Rob, you want to do the 2142 first?
Yeah, we'll start with that, Trev.
Okay, so you've all heard this already from me. We're basically 2 fiscal years behind with our tribal consultation with 2142. We did have that earlier this month, and so the affirmation that you have in front of you that requires 3 of you to sign is for the school year 2019-2020.
Okay.
So what we're requesting, I think we all agreed that we would sign that one, as a sign of good faith to them. And, and then in the spring, we're requiring them to have another consultation with us. And that consultation would be for this current school year, which is 2020-2021. And at that meeting, we're expecting updates on all of the things that we requested from 2142.
Okay. I
I
know
think we-
that, oh, go ahead, Shane.
Well, I was gonna say that one thing we need to clarify is that we are not behind, they're behind with us.
Mhm.
Correct.
Just to make a clarification.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
The other thing for the Zoom audience or whatever, out of this consultation, this is Travis's first tribal consultation as our career specialist, education director, whatever you want to call it. And the TNEC, Tribal Nations Education Committee, was also present. And it was enlightening for the tribe, not so much for 2142. But that we will probably be requesting an audit of our Indian Ed monies that 2142 receives, but also in talking, because we share St. Louis County with Fond du Lac, because they have kids that go to Southeast Range, and they it may be in talking with tribal leaders yesterday, it sounds like they're willing to do an all-state audit of all Indian Ed monies, which would be at the cost of the Minnesota Department of Education. And so that's an update on that. But we really have our kids are our priority along with our elders, and we want to ensure that they're getting the services and the programs are meeting their needs, not the district's needs. So. Do we have a motion to approve the consultation with 2142 for 2019 and 2020? Moved by Shane. Is there a second? Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent. Motion carried. We'll get that signed today, Travis.
Okay, yeah, if you could just have Wick put in my box, and then
Yep.
I'll get it to Ann.
Okay.
And then Shane, just to reaffirm what you said, you're correct. They are the way that this works for a tribal consultation. It's the responsibility of the school district to contact us to set up the tribal consultation, and so that's the route we will follow in the spring. If it ends up being the way it ended up this time, and I have to make that contact, that will be documented. It will be shared with MDE, just like this one was when I had to set this one up. So the responsibility does fall on the district. Okay, that's the affirmation, and then that does require 3 of you to sign. So the other piece of my puzzle today is Christine Lundemo is requesting a carryover of funds in the amount of $15,800 to complete the Vermilion Log Restoration Project. And I'm just going to refer you to the last, well, it was the last page in my packet anyway, the letter to Christine from the company, basically requesting if they could start and finish the project in the spring, making this their #1 priority. So she's asking for that $15,800 carryover, and Kathy has to sign that one sheet, and that has to be done before the end of this year. So that's why it's in front of you right now.
And the reason they couldn't finish the project was because of the temperature sensitive products and unstable weather conditions. Nighttime temperatures were kind of cold, rain and cold. So that's why they're requesting to complete it in the spring. Is there any question for Travis on that request to carry over funds for $15,800 to complete the Vermilion log restoration? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve.
Move.
Moved by Chief. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent. Motion carried. Good job, Travis.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
And
Miigwech.
And Christine.
But
And Christine?
Yeah, and Christine, yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Next, we have Jackie Wilson for Sole Source.
I don't see her on.
Okay.
Want to take it, Rob?
Yeah, I can grab it here. Yeah,
This
so
is
we
out
have,
of our, is it? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, this is out of our COVID money. I'm trying to figure out which one it was here. But it's a request for like games and stuff for, I do believe it's for buying for the kids down in the urban area, puzzles and stuff like that. It's a sole source request for $8,706.65 from Amazon.
And her justification is to encourage families and individuals that are staying home to stay home and be safe and have something to do. TV can get kind of boring after a while, but it also encourages that families work together on projects. So I think that's a good idea. And she's requesting to sole source that from Amazon?
Yep.
Okay. Do we have any comments on that? If not, I'll call for a motion to approve the sole source request for Amazon for games and puzzles in the amount of $8,706.65.
Move.
Moved by Chief
Trav.
Travis. Jeez, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Shaney, B2. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried.
Oh, Kim had her hand up.
Oh, Kim. Well, we didn't see it. Hi, Kim.
Hi, this is not allowed in CARES Act funds, that Robbie misquoted that.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
So we'll, okay. So we'll have to take it out of the urban budget. Okay. You're next on the agenda, Kim.
Kim's next, so.
Okay,
Hold on 1 second, Kim.
good morning.
Good morning.
We have, I'm gonna share it, where is it? I have it open. Let me find it.
Oh, the Christmas club.
The Christmas Club savings match
Yep.
for next year, we need to get authorized. It really, because it'll be paid in December of 2021. It's out of the fiscal year 2022 budget.
Okay.
So we clarified, there's some small clarifications we made in the rules. I'm just trying to pull it up right now so I can put it on the screen so we can just walk through it.
Oh, okay.
I accidentally shut it while I was waiting.
Yeah, Chief, we can't read that. No. Thanks anyway.
Thought I'd try.
Can you see it now?
Yes,
Yep.
we can.
Yep.
Okay. So number 8 says no withdrawals during January 1st to October 22nd. The
What a
next
timeline.
Yep. So it was this one here. Here I'll go. So this was new. It's just to clarify so people know exactly. This one was clarified. It says laid off for any reason was added. They're still qualified, but they have to make their own deposits during that time if they're not receiving a paycheck, if they want to meet the
guidelines.
This is to clarify if an employee draws any or all funds during the matching period, they'll be ineligible for the match because this program is designed to encourage people to have people save. And then this is the date that we make the match will be on October 29th. I was wrong. It wasn't in December. We do it in October, but it's still fiscal 2022.
Correct.
So there was, before I know it, we had for this year, we matched, the total fund match was $23,307.50. So that meant that employees saved $93,230 on their own, and we matched the $23,000. And that's what the match was. There was people who had saved too, but didn't qualify for the match. So
that's good though. That's really good. I like the clarifications too, because I know there's always, when you develop some type of policy, there's always a situation that comes up that kind of falls through the cracks with the policy. So this really, this is good. Okay. Do we have any questions for Kim on the Christmas Club changes for is this for 2021 or 2022? 2021.
it's out of 2020. It's for calendar year 2021.
2021.
It's out of the budget for 2022.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve that if there's no questions? Their heads are spinning, Kim.
Move.
Oh, moved by Chief. Was that you seconding that, Shane?
Yep.
Yep, second by Shane. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, silent, motion carried. Kim, you might as well stay on for this next one with Shane. I think it's a good way we need to clarify this. Go ahead, Shane. Thanks, Kim. Good job.
Yep, thank you, Kim. Well, a band member made this comment about how some of the band members that have a disability, but yet they receive assistance from maybe one of the elder programs or some of the other programs, but yet they don't receive the elder gift cards. So I was kind of wondering how does that work out?
Okay, well, when we do the elder gift cards, we go to the enrollment database, or basically on the and we can pick a birth year, and we know everybody who's a certain age. For disability, for this purposes, for this program, we do not know who's disabled, and so we can't ask the clinic who's disabled, can't ask the other programs because of HIPAA requirements. So it's the biggest barrier is because we don't have a list of who's disabled.
Okay. So would it still be doable if we were able to find a way to do it?
It would be more out of, the only thing is we'd have to budget more for it, but it's still doable, but someone other than accounting or enrollment would have to be in charge of the disabled list because we wouldn't know that.
Okay. All right.
And I remember too remember when we used to have our elders dinners, holiday dinners or whatever. That was also an issue brought up there, is that the disabled individuals weren't invited to the elders dinners. So that brings up the same situation with Shane as far as elderly and disabled kind of, and I understand Kim's justification for that because because of HIPAA, we can't figure it out. But, maybe that's something that we can have as a discussion later on to see how we can either deal with that, or because, people can verify that they're disabled through the Social Security Administration. That would be the way to do it. Or the Veterans Administration. because, you know, we have our vets that are disabled through the VA. It's just a matter of, you know, do we want to do that? And, you know, looking at the costs and the numbers and that kind of thing. We can look at it. We can put that on our plate of things to do, guys.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, sound good?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Plan.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
Okay, Rob.
Okay, that's all I got right now on the agenda.
Okay, that leaves us with the motion to adjourn.
Move.
Moved by Shane. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, silent, motion carried. We won't be having another meeting till next year. So see you next year, but we want to, on behalf of the Tribal Council, I think we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and safe holidays. We also thank you guys for your thank yous for the packages that were sent out with rice and stuff. We had a lot of staff that worked on that, and the ideas, everything from the start of the idea to it blossoming into what it did at a good time of the year for people. And there is a class this evening by Linda Tibbetts-Bardo on how to smudge for those that maybe don't know how. And then, you know, so please have a safe and happy holidays from the Tribal Council. And we'll see you next year. And please be safe. Practice your mask wearing, social distancing, and washing of your hands, and just be safe. Team
Happy holidays.
Be safe.
Bye.
Please be safe.
All right.
You guys want to sing a song before we leave? Like
No, we can't. You
Grandma
guys
got
can't
run over by a
sing.
reindeer or something?
No, you guys can't sing worth beans.